Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Hearts of Iron 4, where we are playing as Bulgaria. But we are not just simply Bulgaria. We're the freaking huge. We own half of Russia and a chunk of Europe. Bulgaria, also Turkey. So we're quite big. And we, in the end of the previous episode, have just declared war upon the Third International. We have a lot of troops in the field. We do have a pretty big army. They are pretty well equipped, but we are really up against it, particularly because everybody else, with the exception of the mighty West Indies Federation, has now capitulated to the Third International. They own most of the world at this point, except for Canada and the US, which joined the co-prosperity sphere. So there are basically four large factions in the game now. There's the Third International, which is everything here in blue plus Mexico. We have the, five factions. Co-prosperity sphere, which is North America, Australia, Indonesia, all of the East, and Japan. The Cairo Pact, which is the Middle East. And then the Buenos Aires-Lima Axis, which is the whole of South America. The co-prosperity sphere and the Third International are not yet at war, though if we do somehow bring them in, then that would be kind of a cataclysmic conflict. But the Third International are very much at war with us right now. So we are going to order our heavy tank divisions to go and attack into Czechoslovakia so that we can take those territories out. I would also like to attack across here if and when Slovakia, if and when the Czechs are brought in so that we can get a cut-off and then we can eradicate this entire force. That would be awesome. Air forces should be automatically assigned. And then navies. Do we have anyone guarding coastlines? Oh dear. Where are you guys right now? Oh, right. I totally forgot that we were going to be up against Persia as well. Okay. Well, in that case, we're just going to need our military fleet to catch any invaders as they come in. And we should be able to do that, I think. So I'm instead going to guard these two sea zones. Like so. You in particular are going to be based over here. And then you are based over there. Alright, let's slow things down a little bit so we can actually see what's going on. Because we need to see when Czechia is brought into this war. And Slovakia too, for that matter. Although we are currently taking out Prussia, which is good. I'd kind of forgotten about them. Coming in, France has joined. Come on, bring in Czechia. Liberia. Volunteer. 16 divisions of volunteers from Japan. Absolutely. So clearly the co-prosperity sphere are a little bit concerned about our mutual enemies. We are also recruiting up to 24%. We're currently at 21.4. Okay, that was Italy brought in. Oh yeah, kind of forgot that we were up against Italy. There are going to be a lot of naval battles going on. Mexico. And then I think I want you lot based in Athens. We'll just move you there for the moment. And I need to say, all of you, low risk. Avoid those battles if you can. We may well need to start actually building fleets. In fact, I think we already are, aren't we? What are we building right now? Shenrir class, heavy cruisers, submarines and destroyers. We are extremely low on steel because we were getting most of our steel supplies from our now enemies. So I'm going to buy from Finland because they are not in the war. And Venice, because Venice apparently has a whole bunch of resources which they would absolutely love to sell us, which is very kind. And then Siam, because I think Norway is actually on their side. In fact, Venice might well be too. US wants to send me 14 divisions. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Why are you attacking that way? I mean, you're beating them, which is cool. Slovakia still hasn't joined this war, which is ever so slightly frustrating. Okay, so these are just my Bulgarian submarines playing havoc with their convoys and things coming through this area. But they do have some rather large fleets with lots of cruisers and lots of destroyers. It is, after all, 1945. Okay, so I need to shut you, you, and you. Because I only want you repairing in the places that actually have a lot of capacity. And we could absolutely send our strike forces out into the central Mediterranean, but I think that would be a bad idea. The other thing which I think we need to do is assign some aircraft, particularly the naval bombers, of which we do actually have a good number, to protecting these sea zones. So let's grab... Okay, we have a lot of fighters. Naval bombers down here. 100 of those in the Adriatic. Naval strike. And we already have a bunch working out here. These are tactical bombers. Do we have any more of those? Let's go up to 100 attack bombers, and let's also go up to 100 fighters of both types. And I think I also want to have that kind of air power over here. So let's say 100 fighters times 2. One of you on intercept, one of you on superiority, and that should really help us with our detection of enemy ships. Do we have any other... Oh, wow. Okay, we have tons of tactical bombers. Tactical bombers are actually one of the best airplanes that you can use for anti-shipping. So we're going to go up to 200, maybe even 300 attack bombers there. I think we're even going to go up to 200 attack bombers here. If I can find them. Those are close air support, which are good, but not as good. Let's just move all of you and then select 200 like so. And then naval strike Adriatic. We could even send some out into the central Mediterranean. Oh, whoops, no, go there. And I will create a new air wing of tactical bombers. I'm going to make about 300 of you. Airstrike central Mediterranean. And you're going to need to level up a fair amount, actually. Let's make you a level 5 base. And then you can get some more fighters. Air superiority, interception. We're not going to be massively effective over here, but at least we have some kind of air power. You have no manpower. Oh, I'm well aware of this. I've not had manpower throughout this entire playthrough. This is just a problem that I've had to deal with. Rwandan communes in, so we're going to start seeing some of the African players coming in now against us. Thankfully, the Cairo Pact is neutral in this conflict. And we are doing absolutely fine for fuel reserves as well. Oh, you're saying I have some manpower? Yeah, this is why I can actually send planes up, which is quite nice. And on that note, I think that we're going to need a bunch more over here. So let's assign another 200 fighters. Air superiority assigned to you. Let's get another 200 here. And we should also get a bunch of close air support assigned to these guys. And then let's say another set. I think I might need to just in general make the air forces bigger again. Because we now have the manpower to actually play with the aircraft. And we are quite significantly outnumbered in many of these places, so I think we just need to really ramp up the number of aeroplanes that we have in the skies. Where are the greens active? Greens are down there. Yes, I would like to give you some more planes too. We are running out of fighters. Oh no, we're not. No, we are not. Let's go up to 300s for the fighters then. And the greens. And then let's also say... Let's close air support. 200s. And let's set up another 200. Okay, I'm pleased that we've got this many aeroplanes that we can actually play with now. We should become really quite dominant in the skies. We just need to make sure that we make good use of our aircraft. We're not going to run out of aircraft for quite a long time, I suspect. Let's get some more fighters. Where's the big lump of fighters? There they are. Make you into 300s. Give that some time to dole out the troops. Oh, right. I have nobody up there. Well, that's because we were going to take out Prussia and then do that. Alright, now they've just called everything in. So are we finally at war with Slovakians? Still not. Now we are. There we go. We're not at war with the Czechs, but we are with the Slovakians, apparently. Bloody hell. So what are the numbers like? 2 million versus 20 million. Seems like good odds to me. Non-aggression with the West Indies. You know what? I will accept a non-aggression with you. Logistics company, that's going to help us for the supply. We are in 1945, we are getting those. Let's get 1945 recon. I have a feeling we're going to need better aircraft, better ships as well. We could probably do a training some garrison units. Still apparently losing the air war. Okay then. Let's go to here, sort this by type. And then I'm just going to select all of the fighters. Except for the ones in the Mediterranean. And in the Adriatic. There's a bunch without orders. I'm going to make you all into 500s. Huzzah! Because I think that we just need to flood the skies at this point. We'll see how this does. Valkata, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And Duke Silverose coming in with a 20-month resubscription. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. These are in the Adriatic. Don't really care about them. These ones we do. So this is probably going to mean that we're going to run out of manpower fairly quickly. Just because the sheer number of aircraft which are now going into the sky. We're going to see a lot more of the air bases around here suddenly start to fill up. Actually pushed out. How aggressive are you lot being? Pretty aggressive. Good. Although I am going to need to do something about protecting the coast up here. That's going to be a problem. Part of the question is, do we want to send our strike fleets out into the central Mediterranean? It doesn't do us any good, so I'm going to say no. And now we are out of manpower again. Königsberg is about to fall. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign half of them to here. And I must say I was very much hoping that we would have cut this off. Let's launch a pretty hefty attack. They are doing some damage here, but they shouldn't be able to get us around on us. No, they shouldn't. Yeah, we are definitely losing ships at sea. Although at the moment it's mostly submarines, which is fine. We're building a fair number of submarines. It's just a question of whether the manpower can keep up. Like, in terms of losses, they've lost 250,000. We've lost 12,000 already. They have 3 times more industry than we do as well. But we control the skies. That's what I was hoping to see. And I strongly suspect that most of the manpower that we had in reserve has just gone out to the armies. So I think the next thing I want to do is get all of the close air supports into units of 500 as well. If we need to change our manpower law, then we will. We have huge amounts of stockpiles. The only other thing that we're going to need to support all of this are lots and lots and lots of air bases. let's go and start working on that. Okay. Onwards. Hey, Fishy. Hey, Boju. I thought you were cut off for a second there. I was like, you shouldn't be. Okay, the Japanese units have arrived. That's good. We currently have 1.8 million fuel. We are generating 26,000, we are using 27,000. Huzzah! Capital fleets must have just left. Yes, they did. What are my submarines at? Are they on low risk? They should be on low risk. Just go after the convoys if you can. Especially if they're invasion fleets. Please. And the American soldiers have just arrived as well. Excellent. They are attacking us across the entire front. We seem to be holding pretty well, thanks to the super heavy units that we have got. Okay, these units are being reassigned. Good. I would like you just to go straight for Riga and then Reval. So if we can take out their supply zones, then Baltics will just collapse. Okay, now we're starting to see some green over there, which is nice. Take any damage? Marginal. Oh, you've taken a little. Still kind of marginal, though. They've lost 600,000, we've lost 20. Mordred, how did the naval tutorial go? Where and when can we see it? It will be up on YouTube tomorrow morning, so at 7 o'clock AM, I believe I set it to go live. Hey, Don Bassos. So we are slowly pushing through there. They are trying to expand their little pocket, but it's not going to do them much good. Although it's only 8 divisions assigned to that. Other question is, how's my Persian front doing? They're fine. I have absolutely no interest in pushing the Persian front. Although the one thing which I think I will do with these is I'm going to change them into mechanized infantry. Oh, we don't have enough. Oops, didn't mean remove, I meant infantry. Still don't have enough. Okay, add more infantry and remove some of the mechanized then. That'll do. And the idea is that we're going to slowly but surely phase those out into something better. Oh, you don't have field hospitals? Okay, that's a problem. Which we can easily afford. Let's give you some support artillery, which I suspect I can afford. Yeah, easy. And rocket artillery. No bloody wonder you've lost so many troops in the past. Okay, noted. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. Nope, 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 nope. Bad. Don't do that. And also the blues. That should be just the reds. Alright, more factories. What do we need? Mechanized. Yep, that makes sense. Let's go and make a bunch more mechanized then. And we'll also need to find a new source of steel. Particularly because my trade partners aren't actually exporting it to me at the moment. I wonder how many of my convoys are actually getting through from the US. It seems to be fine at the moment. Troops in the Crimea. I do, don't I? But it's just one guy and I can't actually send him anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. Just because all of my other armies have the 24 divisions. As always, it's manpower that I'm short on. We are still recruiting. This attack is failed again. There are 30 divisions defending there. No bloody wonder. Come on. Definitely need to do some manual controls over on this side. I think that you lot are going to be needed down here. And you don't seem to have any orders again. Oh yes you do. Carry on. Unfortunately, my heavy tanks aren't the fastest things ever. But hey, they're trying. They're just taking that province from me. Okay, so the purples do need to guard that spot. That's your job. That's a lot of convoys here.